Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, the Dope Awards 2021 Best Talk Show recipients, the ladies of the Pink Table Talk. Well, come on down, Mrs. Sabrine Rain, Fancita Miami, Mrs. Serenity Rain, Mookie Lozano, Ms. Cat, a cat for life, Moon Shadow, Ember Please, Ember Lady, Miss Onyx, Sakina Night Rain, Storm, and Asia Lyric. Way to go, ladies. Let's get this show started right now.
Pink Table Talk is a subsidiary of Pussycat Productions, whose mission is to uplift, enlighten, encourage, and entertain. This show may contain adult content that is unsuitable for children as well as for some adults. This means that adults should make a conscious decision whether or not to stay due to the subject matter of the show. It's finally 2021. It's a brand new year. So let's hold on to every blessing, every ounce of hope, and every moment of peace. The pandemic has brought so many different walks of life into Second Life. So let's make the most of it together. And let's start this new year with a bang. We're all about creative energy. We're about good vibes here. My name is Ember Please Jenkins, and welcome everyone to season 2 of Pink Table Talk. All right, everybody, we are leaving behind 2020. It is 2021. Thank God. By the grace of God, we are still here. It's a time to rebuild. It's a time for us to stay connected with our friends, with our loved ones. And we're here on Second Life, so it's the way that we can make it happen. My name is Ember Jenkins, and welcome everybody to season 2 of Pink Table Talk. Now, this week, we're going to be talking about the naked truth of relationships.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with this impeachment. We're impeaching him after he's out of office. Is that what they're doing?
I think they got him. Well, it's a debate, but the law states that you can't
impeach somebody who's out of office.
You can't, but the trick is they impeached him before he left office, so the trial can continue, but they're still arguing over the actual truth of the law, because this has never happened before. It's never happened before.
And what do you think is going to happen with this Mitch McConnell thing? Because it appears that he's losing popularity. He's not going to be able to retain his grip on the Senate.
Well, the thing is, there are a lot of people who still believe what Trump is saying. So that's not over, because they steady showing people that believe that this election was rigged and believe that what we're saying is
okay, Angelus.
Yeah, they believe what he's saying is true. They believe the election was rigged. They don't believe Biden should be president. So we said, and that's all those. I think that's partly racial and partly everything. You know what I'm saying? Right now, to me, the country just out of hand. I feel bad for Biden, because he has his hands full right now, because he has to do 4 years of work that Trump didn't do. Because Trump wasn't really signing nothing. He was freeing people from jail, his friends and stuff, or trying to, or whatever he could put a Band-Aid on to make people money. To me, that's what he was doing little Band-Aids and stuff. But to actually run that office, I don't think Trump did that the whole 4 years. I think he was on Twitter more than he was trying to run that office.
I think he was sneaky with a lot of it. I don't think he was as dumb as people think, because he assigned all of those judges. How many judges was it? Over 100 different judges, and they were all right wingers, and they're all practically, you might as well call them white nationalists, most of them. It's a dangerous thing. It's like, if you get people that control the law, then you can control it all.
Right.
So I don't know. He did a lot of damage. Hopefully Biden can change it and undo all of the stuff that he did.
It's just something that happened in 2020 that we had to deal with. But the fact that it can still happen again is out there. If the fact that cops are still doing things is out there. The fact that we got cops who are not just cops, they got these opinions on whether Trump should be this, or cops who feel they don't like certain races and stuff like that. That's still out there. And that's sad because people still have to deal with these things. These little isolated events and areas are still happening. These little cop scenes are still happening.
That is
That does
very, very
not,
true.
it's just not big news, but there are a lot of small news articles about certain things happening, people getting shot. And again, these people are out here with no mask on. I go out every day and see people with no mask on. They think it's gone now, and it's not.
And what do you guys think about the Republicans? They're pushing for new voter restrictions after Trump's loss. What do you guys think about that? They are actually saying that if we can't win, if Republicans can't win, then we need to change the voting laws so that we can win. How does that sound to y'all? That sounds
That
crazy.
sound like a bunch of poppycock. What they need to do is quit being sucker asses and get up and slap all these ignorant motherfuckers that they got in their cabinets out. Because my mama always told me, one person can't whoop no bully ass, but if all y'all on the schoolyard get together and whoop that bully ass, he ain't coming back.
Well,
That's the problem.
I think years ago we were also in that situation when Trump came into office. We didn't like the way the electoral voters went because actually more people voted for Hillary, but Trump won due to electoral. So it's to me the whole system needs to be revamped because if the majority of the country is voting for someone, that's who should win to me.
But that's the problem. They don't want the popular vote because they already know that.
Right.
They know coming in that what they spewing is a bunch of crap, and all they doing is fueling the people that's in the people that's in the parts of the country that actually make the difference. That's who they're feeding all this crap to, and that's who's eating it every day. That's who was at that Capitol. That's who was at Charlottesville. That's who was at down here in Texas. It's all of them people, and they know exactly what they doing, and that's why they got it this way, the way that they doing it.
Because smells like they're holding on to Jim Crow, the Jim Crow laws. That's what it smells like.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, if you remember Trump, he said some of those old laws when he was doing an election.
Look, at the end of the day, there's a very easy way to make this happen. You apply pressure to your congressman, you apply to your senator, and you keep that pressure, and you keep that pressure, and you keep that pressure. If you don't want it, if you don't like the Electoral College, just understand the Electoral College was conceived at the writing of our Constitution to make sure that southern states that were loosely populated would have power to balance against highly populated northern states. In essence, southern aristocracy, and make sure that they have power to be able for the next 200 years. The Electoral College has actually done that. So if you want the Electoral College gone, it's simple. You have to apply pressure.
I agree. I just think that the more argument about the voting system this time was due to COVID. People but they don't physically see you filling it out, so people tend to question a mail ballot.
Nobody questions mail ballots. That's propaganda. That was propaganda.
I'm 42. I've been voting.
That's what I saw in the article about this particular.
I'm gonna say this. Nobody questions that. You have entire states that vote by mail.
Exactly.
Entire states.
I've never questioned mail-in balloting. I'm just one of those people that I like to go in physically and cast my vote. That's my.
It's tradition. It's like a tradition. My father
I've never missed an election. I've voted in every election in every state that I've lived in. And
It's a division.
I've never, and I've always known there was absentee and mail-in ballot, but I figured
Yeah.
I'm able-bodied enough to do that, so I'm going to walk in and exercise my vote. I wanted to do my part
I mean,
personally.
that option is available for people who travel a lot, or just for people
Mhm.
who want to go to the voting poll. You
But
know what I
I
mean?
already knew in February when they said COVID, I already knew. I was like, either if it
That
get
option.
bad, I have my mail-in ballot ready to go. But when we found out that it wasn't like the lines wasn't going to be that bad where I live in my county, I just got up real early in the morning and went and voted
The
and got
voting
in.
station for me is right across the street from my house. I could have walked over there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go.
Yeah,
I
that's
did a
just
mail in, and there was hardly anybody over there, but I didn't go. I could have, but I did mine mail in.
you said the military does absentee vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
that's
my
A
military.
lot of the military does. You know, people have exercised that.
The Black Lives Matter movement just got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. What do
Yes,
you think about that?
I love
That's
that.
great. I love that.
But on the flip side of that coin, the same committee that voted for Black Lives Matter movement also nominated Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. Isn't that crazy? Because of his peace talks with whatever's going on in the
Russia.
Middle East with Israel and
Did
the
they
how,
vote?
Amarate. What
how,
is it? The
how does
Emirates
I'm a
countries.
mic. I'm a mic
how
down.
does he have a
Oh,
peace
how is
talk
that
with
even
other
possible?
countries? Right. How does he have a peace talk with other countries, but he
And
tell
start
that
a whole
people within
insurrection.
right, but start
I
something
Insurrection.
mean,
that within the
this is
country.
just another example of the government gone wrong. I mean, you do one good thing with Black Lives Matter, then you mess it up by having to put Donald Trump in it. Come on. Everybody knows Donald Trump
It's just
hasn't done
weird to me.
anything.
It's just
Everybody, any sane person, any person with a real brain knows that Donald Trump, something's wrong with him. But we do want to say rest in peace, Cicely Tyson passed.
yes,
Oh
this is
yes.
One of our
crazy.
icons. She is now gone.
I
Hank
I
Aaron
mean,
passed
love
away
her.
since we had our last show. Hank Aaron passed away.
yeah.
It's many
Cicely
passed away.
Tyson was a big loss because it's like that woman. I've seen that woman since the day I was born.
Well, since you
Right.
was a kid, she been in movies. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it's always Tyson somewhere. I mean, it's always even Tyler Perry been working her to her death.
Right.
You know,
In his
she's
Right.
been acting even
She's
in her
always
80s and
been
60s.
in
she
our
did.
lives.
987.
I read a brief thing that said she did an article and said she'll retire when she did. Retire.
Well, hell, she still
Yeah.
looked 60 at 90.
She did.
She's beautiful to me. She was so beautiful.
She still looked 60 at 90. She was a beautiful looking 90-year-old woman.
And
Beautiful, still moving around.
going to be sorely, sorely missed.
Yes, yes.
Ratchet.
So we look forward to next month when we're going to be doing Black History because Black History is next month. So we're going to be discussing
Gonna
stuff.
do that
So next month we're going to do a Black History part on every show and hear some about our great Black historian people who have created things like Cicely Tyson and a whole lot of actors and things that were here. A lot of people don't know a lot of things that we use in life were discovered like by Black people, like washing machines, traffic lights, washing machines, dryers. A lot of those things we created through slavery because we wanted to find an easier way to do something.
That's true. But
So
on
we
a more
build
ratchet
washing
note,
machines.
let's talk about Wendy Williams and her brother. Come on, y'all. Tell me.
Okay, Wendy Williams.
What's up with Wendy? What's up with her?
Her and her
What ain't
brother was
up?
at odds. She didn't go to her mother's funeral, according to the brother. And Wendy got on TV and said he just said that because he's screwing around on his wife and all the other dirt that goes on in the house.
That's all
And
it
then the
is.
brother got on TV. Then the brother did a YouTube video and apologized. If this is not the messiest family ever.
I don't like families putting their business in the street like that. You ain't supposed to do that to your brother and sister. I just don't feel like. I mean, I can see beef into the beef of beef, but I just don't like when you're blasting your own family because to me that's telling how you are too. that you're the kind of person that, I don't, it's like people not getting along with their moms and shit like that. I don't think that should
Yeah.
be
Well,
public.
It is
Like,
what
I
it is.
can't
It,
that
stand
is
my
what it
mother.
is.
I can't just,
I don't expect
and,
nothing less from her. Like, it doesn't surprise me. I'm not shocked by it. It's Wendy Williams.
yeah.
She's been doing that since the 80s. Like, her mouth has been wide open since the 80s. So,
Yeah, and
like,
I heard she's talking about she had a one night stand with Method Man. If she said anything negative, I got something to say. Maybe she was taller than him or something.
oh
I'm just
Lord,
playing.
oh Lord, oh
oh,
Lord.
God.
I'm just playing. I'm
But
just playing.
and then okay, now who out in the audience thinks that Subway's tuna is not tuna?
Oh, God.
And just by a round of applause.
Ooh, Subway's tuna.
They're like,
Yeah,
what? What the fuck?
there's a lawsuit that says that Subway's tuna is fake tuna, basically.
Like,
You
what's
know,
not tuna? What is?
Subway has been fighting a lot. They've been having problems with their bread, and their tuna. So if you look it up, Subway's been fighting a lot of problems. But my thing is, if people are getting sick from the food, it
They're
needs to be
not. They're
told.
just said they never reported anybody getting
Well,
sick.
they say
But they
Chinese foods are cats and people eating Chinese food. So I don't know what to say.
that
I
is true.
I
That is
worked
true.
for Subway when I was in my early 20s. I don't recall. I recall the tuna being fresh. That's something new
Yeah,
I learned.
I don't think the tuna is fake tuna, personally.
Mm-mm.
Um,
At least when I
but
worked
Oh,
there, it
let's.
wasn't. This is a new day. I don't know what they're doing.
I mean,
Right.
tuna is cheap. Tuna is cheap, so I don't see them using fake tuna when it's cheap anyway. So, um,
I'm just
and,
curious. Like, what is it? If it ain't tuna, what is it?
mm, and last but not least, I was gonna talk about, you can get extra food money, you can get extra this. There are people giving out food everywhere, but the only way you're going to get it is to educate yourself, to look it up and be aware and find out what's going on, and you can help the next family get the food if you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? This is a thing that we have to do together. We have to help each other together. You have to look out for your neighbor or your next person, because that's keeping you safe. Because if it's spreading all over to the house next door, your house is unprotected too. So you want to protect everybody's house. You want to make sure
Yeah.
everybody's aware. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want one infected house on your block that you're worried about. Now that's just hypothetically speaking. Next, we're gonna go to Word on the Street with Onyx and Poetry Rain. Onyx, are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone. And I would like for everyone to welcome Miss Poetry Rain to Word on the Street. Hello, Poetry. How are you? Hello?
Is Poetry there? Maybe having some mic difficulties.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
Was the mic?
It happens. It happens. So we want to welcome you to the show. We're really happy to have you. As we
I do a lot. But those two are my main babies, Fashion Killers and Show Off Medium.
Okay, so if someone wants to hire you or looking for you or they looking at their avatar and be like, I look like shit, I need help. How do they get in touch with you?
They just look up Poetry Rain.
Okay, so are any other medias, like Facebook, anything like that?
Well,
That
on Facebook, I'm known as Natasha Hollywell. So they couldn't find me on Facebook as Poetry Rain. They could find me within SL as Poetry Rain and on Facebook
oh,
as Natasha Hollywell. Most of my clients come from just either seeing me or word of mouth from seeing someone that I may have made.
so y'all tell somebody about Poetry Rain. We are so happy to have you on our show, and you have a treat for us later. Am I correct?
Yes, 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 I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'll be waiting to see that, and we all will be waiting to see what you have for us. And now I'm going to turn it over to Miss Mookie. Girl.
Thank you, Miss Poetry. This afternoon we have a wonderful poet by the name of Secret. Auntie Breeze.
Good afternoon, everybody. And allow me, before I begin, to say thank you to the ladies of Pink Table for allowing me to be here with you. And I'm going to jump right in. I have two pieces I'm going to share with you. And the first one is called That Song. Stop the music. Please don't play that song. Any other song will do. I can't bear the rhythm. The memories, they flood my soul. Please don't play that song. It reminds me too much of the sweet, loving words we said. It reminds me too much of the love we made. The pain grips my mind. Please don't play that song. The tears come rushing back. My heart aches more with each note. Loneliness is attached to the lyrics. Please don't play that song. There went our love. There went my soul. I'm empty inside. Please don't play that song. I used to feel love. I was bursting with hope. You are gone, but bitterness is still around. Please don't play that song. The dance floor between love and hate is small. I dance on both sides now. Sadness has changed the tempo. Please don't play that song. I long for your touch, your kiss, though your voice has started to fade. I'm holding on to heartbreak, knowing I should let go. Please don't play that song. I can't get the words, the memories, and the passion out of my head. So I am begging you, please don't play that song. End point. Love is, and this is actually one of my favorite pieces to perform. Again, this one is Love Is. The saying goes that love is never having to say you're sorry. That, my fellow students of love, is a damn lie. Love is saying, I'll never do it again. They meant nothing to me. They have nothing on you. And they weren't even that cute. Love is screaming in the streets like Mookie, please, baby, baby, please, or crooning low and slow, please don't go away from me, like Boys to Men, or anything else that will get you out of the doghouse, back into your house, and keep you from feeling like a louse, or back in bed with your spouse. This is not about manipulation. If that's your reason, that's not love. That's lust or graduated infatuation. These declarations are about getting the one you love to be moved back to where they felt you, rocked with you, longed for you, carried you, and rolled with you, you know, before you fucked up. Love is giving in, giving up, and giving over to the undeniable desire to be wholly complete, to be connected and involved with the person who makes you rise and who can make you fall. It is mindlessly presenting yourself to another, open, broken, dreaming, empty, and worn, and trusting that they will fill your emptiness, nurse your wounds, and help your dreams to come true. Love is strong and intense, blind and all seeing, open and yet closed. It covers a multitude of wrongs and only reminds you of those wrongs when the other is losing the argument. Love is passionate and kinky, waiting to fill your every desire. It's a lady in the street and a whore in the bedroom. It's a gentleman in front of company and a savage when the lights go out. Love is joy and pain, sunshine and rain, all rolled up into a ball of fighting, fucking, and fantasy. Love is the only true. It will take you over mountains and across deserts, through rivers and beyond the moon, only to return you to the grips of the one who holds your heart's key. It's been said that love will set you free. That too is a bold-faced lie. Whoever said that has never been stripped by, chained by, made to kneel to, starved to, beaten by, or humiliated by love. But those of us, the disciples of Eros, will tell you that the torture is no match for the soothing, warming, rapturous engulfment of love. Love is a battle, love is a war, love is a captor, love is an open door. Love isn't never having to say you're sorry. It's never having anything to be sorry about in the first place. End poem. Thank you all for having me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Secret.
Queens of Unity. To build a platform where queens and kings are generally supported in their SO and real endeavors by meshing together effortlessly to become a powerful force built on the foundation of truism and love. That's Queens of Unity. Fitness on Fire Gym at the Street Life Sim offers state-of-the-art workout equipment, a full-service spa, exercise classes, and a gym that offers boxing. That's Fitness on Fire Gym at the Street Life Sim. Soul Star Entertainment. Soul Star Entertainment is a full-fledged entertainment company that provides all kinds of entertainers such as singers, poets, voice actors, and DJs. That's Soul Star Entertainment.
All righty. Welcome back to Pink Table Talk. Today we have on the couch, we have Anthony Demonte, we have Darnie Garside, and we have Jade, goddammit, no, Miss Patty LaBelle, goddammit. And we're going to be talking today about relationships. Now, the first topic that we wanted to bring to our guests that my staff brought to me is it, what was it, how did you guys put it, about women making more money than men? Is that bad for a relationship?
Here we go.
So let's start off
Does
with,
it matter if a woman makes more money than a man in a relationship?
does it matter? And we're going to ask the man first. We're going to ask Angelise because he's a man. Does it matter if a woman makes more money than a man in a relationship? Is that insulting to a man, or does it offend him, or
I'm going to be honest. I need to go right now because I was told that I was coming here to talk about finance and the stock market. I didn't know that. I came here with an entire 5-minute presentation on how the GameStop was gained, and they're going to take a lot of hits in the short. Also came prepared to talk about the entire New York Stock Exchange stock bubble. That's going to be talking about relationships, and y'all just want to know about a woman making.
Yeah, that's one of the things we're curious.
I'm about to pass out some mirror boots for all the bullshit that's going to come across this.
Okay, so number one, let me just go ahead and put one thing out here. I've been doing Straight No Chaser for way too many seasons about anything that's bullshit. I can't say anything without my bullshit being called. So with that said, I'm probably going to be the only person to tell you. Reality statement is yes, and reality statement is no. It's not. There's no one uniform answer to that. I mean, it all depends on the person. It depends on the relationship. It depends on the people relationship, and it depends on people's acceptance of reality and ego. I know couples where the husband makes drastically less than his wife, but he is the man of his house, and my man goes to work, doesn't make nearly as much as his wife, but he pays for the vacation every year. That's all he pays for. His wife is literally a COO of a Fortune 500 company. My man go to work every day. He don't make nearly as much as her, but at home he's the king of his castle. But I've also seen relationships where the woman made more than a man, and then his ego just couldn't take it. It's not that it's. Is it a problem? No, it's not a problem. Or yes, it is. It has nothing to do with everything to do with.
In my personal experiences, and this is just based on looking at the men that first experiences with my father and my older brothers, they never allowed their women to pay for anything. That's anything or anything. So with that being said, they were the breadwinners. as well. Just so happen to be the breadwinners as well. So I grew up on the opposite side. I don't know if you want to call it the macho side or whatever side that is, where there would be a problem. There would absolutely be a problem if the
That's
women.
the way I was raised as well. I feel like is the bills paid at the end of the day? It don't really matter who paid them. Just is the bills paid? Are we still living indoors tomorrow? Is the light still gonna be on? I don't really care about all that.
Well, speaking of, back off what Ember was saying, I think it's a little twisted because I kind of was raised where which said the dad is the head of the household. So if the dad is the head of the household, he would always seek to do more than the wife. But now in these times, there are jobs where wives can do better as the husband. Now, to me, I agree with the fact that what Rocky and Angelique were saying that, I mean, it's a bigger picture. If money is coming in the house and we living good, no matter where it's coming from, it should be fine. But there are people who tend to have an ego about, there not being an alpha if
But you know
she's
what?
being
I'm
the
on.
breadwinner.
And I apologize for cutting you off, but I'm gonna just say that's that's not an alpha issue. That's a self-esteem issue. That's esteem of your goddamn self, and nobody can help you.
To put it bluntly, anybody in the audience want to have an opinion? If you have an opinion, just speak up or whatever.
So you're saying these men who feel like they are supposed to be the one that's the alpha position to be the breadwinner of the house.
No. Let me break this down. I'm gonna break this down so that it shall forever be broken hither unto. Being the alpha of your house has nothing to do with how much money you bring.
Right.
Bringing the alpha to that house has everything to do. Emotional support that you bring to the house, to the leadership that you bring to the house, to the caring that you bring to the house, to the protection that you bring to the house. Money don't have nothing to do with all of that. Money's a byproduct
my
of that.
tambourine and where is the
So
organ?
Let's
GDMF himself.
Let's reverse that. Let's reverse that and let's talk about expectations. When we first start to date people, when you first start getting to know someone, here's a good story. A man asked a woman out. It was his decision to pay for the meal. They were having a great time, having drinks, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the meal, when he was paying, she asked him if he could pay for 2 meals for her 2 children. His answer was no. She had an attitude for the rest of the night. Who's wrong in this?
She is. She is. Okay. So
yeah.
As a single man, I'm gonna look at you real funny. I am dating you. I'm not. No, I would turn. See, you know what? That's a good idea. That is a great idea, because then I could have been like, oh, how y'all doing? Help somebody on hand and head back to the car. Oh, look at you, so precious. All right, girl, I'm gonna holler at you. Y'all obviously got plans. I ain't know. We'll reschedule.
Yes. He just threw the whole tree, dude.
I'm just saying. All right, y'all, be good now. Bye. No, wait.
Thank you.
Amen.
Because I can answer that because Vanity Fair actually did an article that there are really a lot of women who just date to go get a meal. That's a ring. So
they go on dinner dates. That's
that is a real thing. There is a whole lot of women that just date because like, oh, it's Monday, I want something to eat. Snap is real.
Why did you asking the stranger about your children some food? I mean, Mama, that's your job. First of all, you should have fed them children before you went on.
But here's the thing. this isn't a real question because at the end of the day, y'all trying to apply logic to shit that don't make no sense. You can't make sense out of shit that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. I'm not.
She tried it. It didn't work with me.
I mean, I'm not buying your kid a Happy Meal on the first date. No, man. I mean, maybe.
But they home, they starving. Them kids is starving. You gonna let them kids go home?
No, she need to go home and start with them kids.
No,
that feel like
children go home.
This.
I mean,
if
you're dating, you're supposed to have yourself together to be.
Is there a rule that says you cannot beg for your kids on your date? Is there a rule?
I mean, there's a rule but if you begging for your kids on your date, there's no rule that says I gotta listen to you.
But how are you getting to know the man trying to feed your kids?
Well, you know what? If you ask him to feed them on the first date and he does it, you should marry him.
No, that is what's called a simp, and you should hold that nigga for life. Simp. That is a simp. An entire simp. Because I'm gonna tell you. I actually the reality statement is this. I might actually buy your kid a Happy Meal. Be like, all right, we'll go home. Y'all have a great night. We ain't going back out. Only because I care about the kid. I care about the kid. Angel love the kid. Ooh, can't tell you, but we gonna get this burger from. Don't call me no more. All right, look.
Right, because you're giving that man his role before he got into your life.
But then okay, let me ask you.
You already telling him I need some chicken for my kids, and I need you to do it because you're asking him on the first date.
Right.
So he already know he got to feed your kids if he dates you. So
that got to be at least about 10 dates in.
Right.
He don't know if he want to feed you yet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, it's the middle of the day before I know if I'm paying the check or not. I'm kidding. It's just a joke.
That leads me to another question, though. That leads me to who do you think you should do Dutch on the date? Should the man pay? Should whoever asked out on the date? Or should the man always pay? Which one is?
Okay, I ain't always paying. Once we get about 6-7 dates into this, girl, you need to take me out. Popcorn, McDonald's. I need a gesture or something.
So just as much as a woman wants to be pampered on a date, a man wants to as well.
I mean, you got to cook for me. I mean, something here.
Well, see, I'm going to piggyback on what Angela said. I've been married now for almost 20 years. So. But when I was on the dating scene, somebody asked me out. If he asked me out, then I do expect him to pay. But I always had some money in my pocketbook, and I offered to put something on it. And if he said no, then I put my change back in my wallet, and I paid the tip. Or after we went somewhere after that, then I covered that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm a 50-50 type of girl. So
I would
that's just
take a date, but because of ways that I was raised, I would hand him the money because I wouldn't put money in a man's hand in front of my man. So
I got what you're saying. Yeah,
taking a man out is I'm not fit to tip no waiters. I'm not fit to do any of that. So it will.
I get that.
I will give it to my man.
No. You're old school. I'm with that. I'm good with it.
I don't know what school I am because the bottom line is, we can date and do that and go to dinner. But I swear to you, I have no money. I don't know why.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I would tell you. This is not me. This is not me being an asshole. I would tell you this. My grandmama would call you with food because. My grandmama, my mama still tell the story about every time she went on a date with my daddy, my grandmama would put $20 in her pocket and make sure no matter what happened, she could feed herself and get home.
My mama called it mad money. She said, "Don't you get mad at that man and storm out that restaurant and can't get your ass home."
But see, what I'm saying to you is I have good intentions. Make the reservations for your birthday dinner. I'm going to do that. However, if you know me well enough, you know.
But you guys, you guys talk of old school, but even in the old school family,
I'm kidding, y'all.
when the man did bring home the money and give it to the woman, that money went toward everybody in that damn house.
Who
She
did
was
that?
buying. She
Yeah.
bought him shit. She bought kids shit. She bought
He took care
food.
of anything that had to do with the house.
Right. It wasn't like his money. I mean, she spent something on herself, of course, but
Of course.
The money
of
gets
course,
stashed
she
under
get
the
her nails
mattress.
done or some makeup, tried to
Right.
save $1 too, of course. But the majority of the money is because she wanted delivery arrangements for everybody to be right,
Yes.
including her. So she would tend to take his money. She could say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you $100." Okay. But she'll come back with some underwear for him, or some socks, or some stuff from the house, or
That woman
the
doesn't
stuff you
exist
need to
anymore.
have.
I'm gonna just walk away
That's
from
not
that
true
whole
because I'm
shit.
still like that. That's not true. That's not
That
true.
sound like my
That's not
mom.
true.
Wait, okay, so obviously, raise your hand if you're sitting over here and you are under the age of 35.
Uh,
My point exactly. That woman don't exist.
ah! So under the age of 35, that has ceased to exist. These kids have ceased to exist. My daughter is like that.
I'm not.
Like I said, my
And let
daughter,
me understand
my
what I'm
real life
saying here.
daughter
I'm not
is.
saying. I'm not saying that the woman that takes care of the house doesn't exist.
What's wrong?
I'm talking about the specific woman that you talking about right now.
But I raised
I
my
gotta put
daughter
my
like
hands
that.
off.
My
That's not
daughter.
fair. I don't rant.
Well, I hate to say it, but women like to see their men in certain shit that turn them on, and they tend to go get it
Yeah.
and just slip it
Like
on
I
them.
said, that's why I was real specific about what I keep saying. I got
like you
Wait
may
a minute,
have a
say
hell
what
of a
you
good
said
time
again.
on boxes she
Say that
bought.
again. Say that again.
I was saying, women, stuff like women like me, tend to buy shit that she wants to see him in that would turn her on and make her come on to him. He doesn't know that, but that's the kind of woman I am. I see these boxes and I know I want to see him walk around the bedroom in it, and that's gonna make me jump him.
Right.
I'm gonna buy them boxes, and I'm
Which is
gonna put
really
it.
like,
Exactly.
are you gonna
all
really
right.
go
So
outside with them
that
pants
does.
on, baby, with no socks?
I mean, I'm lying. Okay, I'm lying. That happens all the time. I'm gonna be real. Let me stop being dramatic.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And some of these things that women get, men tend to be like, no, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. But women like it. It might be just a certain little thing or this and that or certain little knickknacks. A woman tends to that's the nurturing part of her. So when she still can have money and still be very nurturing with it, with his money. But the men I don't like, now let me tell you the men I don't like. The men I don't like, that when you do ask them for money, they want to know where you putting every dollar, or what you there with, or you getting your hair done, how much it
Oh
cost.
yeah, like why you need this? Why you need this
Why
$20?
that you got to
What?
explain every time you ask for $20, and
I
he's
think that's
like
a trust
clocking it.
issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
That's a trust issue.
Yeah.
and you come home with a shirt, and he said, "Well, how much the shirt cost left?"
That's a
Oh, well, you got
controlling
$5
issue.
left.
Right.
I
And then
mean,
he
is
said,
it controlling
"Oh,
or
you
that
got
man?
$5
Here's
left."
No,
here's
I'm gonna tell you
$5
why.
though.
I'm gonna explain why it's controlling. If you give me something, you don't got the right to question what I'm gonna do. You gave it to me.
That's
Right.
true.
There,
Now, if you
there
But if
are
want,
I
a
now,
gave
if
you
you
majority.
wanted
grocery
me,
money,
wait a minute.
if I gave you money
Okay,
for
if
groceries and you coming back with a
did you
brand new
tell me
Chanel bag, and no
tell me,
groceries,
you
we got a
tell me,
problem.
if you tell me
That's a
I'm,
issue.
if you tell me I'm
That
giving
ain't
you
that Chanel
Whoa.
$150
bag.
to
You
go
say
buy
we got a
groceries,
problem?
and I
Joe
don't
just
go buy
say,
Right.
look,
So
groceries,
you
you
better
so
stay
so
out of my
Jay
world, because Lord
Jay,
I'm
I'm gonna
Christ.
stay
saying
on
I'm
with you. So
talking.
Jay, he gives you 150 to go buy groceries. You go buy groceries and get groceries and a Chanel bag.
No.
Some men would be mad about the Chanel bag and
Yeah,
felt
I
like,
would
why do you
too.
need to get all
I
the
would too,
groceries?
and that's why.
I'm like,
Let
wait
me
a
tell you, this is a true story. When
Mm-mm.
my husband and I first got married, he would give me money to go buy, and because I understand that my husband is 20 years older than me, I knew that from the day I met him, and I was okay with that, and I'm still okay with that 20 years later. Okay, but I understood the type of caliber of man I was dealing with. So to show to not I won't say to prove, but to let him understand I know where you coming from, so understand where I'm coming from. When he would give me money, here is this amount for this. I would try to spend it down to the very last dollar That's what, and he would say, well, you had enough to get this. No, you didn't tell me to get that. I'm teaching you something. Now, whatever you want, you need to let me know what you want because you're not going to get me caught up in a trick bag and start talking no mess about, well, I gave you this and you didn't do that. Because see, a lot of men like to do that.
Right. Right.
Oh,
So
I'm
that's
beat
what
you
I'm
out.
saying. A lot of men, when they give it to you, they give it to you, right. So you know, mind you, you can go to the grocery store.
What you gonna do the right thing with it? What you gonna do with it?
No, mind you can go to the grocery store and get everything on the list and save $20 and decide to get something else. But to some men, you still didn't do what you had. There was a problem. Those are the men I'll be like.
Unless
now this
I'm
is
like,
for the ladies. Ladies, if you okay, is it a difference between the ladies? If you give your man $5, do you want to know where he's going with it, or if he does it depend on how he asks for it? Do you want to know where it go, or do you just give it to him and say, "Give my money back"?
No, my husband's.
I don't never have any money. I keep saying it.
I'm gonna just say this. This is
broke. I'm not kidding.
No. Cause see, if you always broke, we can't do this. There's no romance without finance.
I give my man money.
I cannot finance this entire relationship. It don't work like that.
It's not about that. Because I'm a hard worker. I do well, but shiny bright things catch my eye.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. At some point, we got to have a conversation about fiscal responsibility.
The smell, the stuff, the ambiance, it just draws me in.
And see, they have meetings for that. They meet on Tuesdays.
I mean,
so don't give me no money for the electric bill. Don't give me no money. Don't give me no money for nothing.
Obviously not. This is a problem.
Well, baby, why we got a pink slip? I wanted to,
and that's kind of why I wanted to put it to the table a certain thing, because notice on the door.
But to answer your questions you asked initially, if I give my man some money, I'm giving it to him. He can do what he want to do with it. I'm not asking no questions.
Now, if he asks you for it, but if he asks you for it, you want to know what he wants to do with it.
Of course. It's like if I ask him, I go in here right now and ask my husband, baby, can I have $500? He's going to ask me, well, what do you need it for? And I'm going to
then if you ask me what I need it for, I don't want it.
You don't have to be offended, and that might be a great way for me never have to give you money.
If you come and ask me for $500, I don't care what you gonna do. You must need it.
I'm gonna look. Call me a chauvinist. You can call me anything you want. There's a financial limit. If you ask me for $20 here, I'm not even gonna think about it. You ask me for $100, I might look up like $100.
There is a caveat to this.
If I say, baby, I'm broke, I need some money.
Dealing with though, because you know what, you have relationships where we gonna go on another aspect. You got relationships where folks got strongholds on certain things. If they got a pass, you might want to ask what they doing. So it just again goes back kind of what Angela said. It depends on the person. If you're dealing with two people that are
asking a man for nothing.
But what about what I'm asking about is trust? Let's talk about trust right here. What difference?
Hold on. Again, I'm going back to my
that's a trust issue to me. What difference does it make?
You know what the difference is?
I always gotta play devil's advocate. What difference does it make?
Okay, y'all got about 3 minutes. We're gonna come back to it, but I gotta get to my poet and a commercial break. We got about 3 minutes. We're gonna.
I grew up in the 80s and this song played on the radio. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s and this song played on the radio every day as I got ready to go to school. No romance without finance.
Oh, I used to hear that song. Okay.
I'm just saying.
What happened to that movie? What was that movie where he saved the girl with no money? What was that movie everybody watched back in the day?
Every white movie I ever saw in my life.
Before we go to commercial break,
you got destroyed my early dream.
That song was sung by a woman. Well, we can
That's literally my point, though. I don't need
Angelique
a
done
female
sold my
one.
urban dream.
That's my. That's all I'm doing. This is from. I have a woman. This is entire panel. I'm drowning in paint. I'm looking like I'm
There
on a
you
Pepto
are.
Bismol commercial.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
yes.
I
You
will
are.
words
We need
And
to
you
know
driving
men opinions though.
right now.
We
Don't
need to.
step into the Bismol.
At least
Let's
say
go
strawberry
into.
milk.
Yeah, you're supposed to be up here with Super, but we're gonna have to catch him another day. We might still get you both back up here. We
Good luck
supposed
with
to
And with that note, everybody, let's go to commercial.
Let's go to commercial.
All right.
Ugly Radio. Ugly Radio features some of the most celebrated and creative mixologists. Ugly Radio aims to meet the ever-changing music taste of its listeners. Ugly Radio, home of the non-stop entertainment. Donnie Soul Food. Donnie Soul Food, home of the Biggie Smalls Breakfast, serving BU and non-BU meals. Come join us for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We cater special events. That's Donnie's Soul Food. Taboo Rain Live. Live music is one of the most powerful ways to connect with new audiences. Taboo Rain Live is committed in showcasing the best in live entertainment. Parvent Inc., your destination for all your party and event needs. At Parvent Inc., we do it all. Be it a dream wedding, fashion shows, bridal showers, bachelor parties, baby showers, divorce parties, graduation parties, res day, funerals, and contests. Whatever you need is we at Parvent Inc. We will make it come true. Club Gucci. Port St. Gucci glamorous nightclub where disco balls twirl above a sunken dance floor ringed by bottle service tables. If you become tired from dancing, make your way upstairs to the lounge where you can relax and mingle at Club Gucci. Serenity Reigns. Serenity is a blogger that covers things from photography and fashion to poetry with a little splash of this and that in between. That's Serenity Reign. Gold's Fashion Productions and Promotion, GFPs. We at GFP have two divisions. GFP Runway Fashion Styling. We coordinate and conduct elite entertaining fashion runway shows for the designers of SL. We take the work off your hands with the assistance of promoting your line through these means. Our second division is promotions. GFP's blogging. Over 92,000 views today. Presenting space for advertising at a reasonable price with a growing following through GFP. Home web sponsor pages, SL Facebook, and spam groups in SL, and many more.
Our next poet up on the mic, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Miss Lucy.
Do you know what it feels like to fall in love alone? It's like standing in front of a two-way mirror and the object of your obsession is on the other side. They're selfish. The only thing that they can see past their own reflection is their own need for self-gratification. You are completely ignored. Invisibility cloaks you, clings to your skin like a shroud of darkness. There is nothing beautiful about a one-way street that hits a dead end. There is nothing noble about conquering fortresses or slaying dragons when the treasure you worked so hard for was never in the tower to begin with. See, my grandmother. My grandmother once told me never to put all of your eggs into one basket. Separate the pieces of you until someone is willing to come along and purchase the whole dozen. Make your package nice and pretty. So pretty, in fact, that no one will ever think to take a peek to look inside to see if there are any damaged product or worse, missing produce. And I would tell her, Mimi, Even the most tarnished packages hold the greatest value inside. And she would laugh, say, honey, that just isn't how the world works. See, even dented cans come at reduced prices. So never let them see, never let them see, never let them see your imperfections when you are standing on this auction block awaiting to be sold out to the highest bidder. See, we often become slaves to love, shackle ourselves to altars where unrequited becomes our deity, and we tithe in blood, in sweat, and tears, only to be strung up high upon crosses, with heads tilted towards the heavens, asking, why have thou been forsaken, slain, naked and exposed, with heart clutched in palm of hands, wondering when someone, somewhere will come along and kiss this bitter broken thing. But no more. No more will I stand in front of a mirror where my own dreams, my own fears, my own emotions aren't even reflected back at me. See, there's this saying that says, love is my religion, and I would gladly die for it. However, I refuse to become another meaningless sacrifice due to someone else's indifference. And poem. Thank you, guys. And the next poem I have for you is a new piece. Well, new-ish to y'all. It's entitled The Sea Witch. Calypso. She's got eyes like oceans, drowning in sea, lakes filled with dread, sinking in bone with chill. Try to navigate through her murky depths, haunting the way her soul cries out, flowing down rampant waters to trickles and trenches, suffocating shallow puddles, weighted at the bottom of pools, filled with the weeping of mourning widows. Like banshee, she be pain, not spindle pricked fingertip, but soul ripped in two, strung up coiled ropes. Snap necks, hear silent cries of pristine salted drops as they drip to the bottom of a heated bayou. She be mermaid, heart as big and ever changing with the tides of waves, calm during sunrises and sunsets. But whenever the sun moon reaches its peak, her wrath carries over, spilling out into crescendo. They called it passion. She always be teary-eyed, sourced of tapped well of misery, trapped in an aquifer of her despair. She be lover lost to sea, meditating on her magical isle with coconut milk and honey. She be marked tribal, on quest to fulfill voyages marked from destiny. But she never asked for this. Don't mistake her laughs for splendor. Caution more so on the side of hysteria, that crazy hidden somewhere within that jawline, the way it tenses up whenever she peers out over the horizon, her heart guarded on sleeve by fish bones and seaweed. Beauty beyond imagine, even the caress of her name in the wind sends chills of nirvana down her spine. Calypso. She wails her song of heartbreak, mistaken ballad as one of seduction, nymph of legend, siren, Calypso. He called her goddess. Luring Odysseus into her odyssey, she said to be pirate, stealing hearts like treasure as if they be fair game, condemned for hoarding what was not hers. How can one hoard what is freely given in excess when he worshipped her body as his altar? Why couldn't she just be a broken girl who had fallen in love with someone worthy to protect? Whisper, Calypso, as if it's dipped in sin. Label her mistress. Command to cast away her soul that clutched at the depths of him because he suddenly remembered he had a wife at home. Calypso, call her bitter and angry, accuse her casting broken spells on a taken man who claimed he did not want to be there in the first place, as if she weren't sitting there minding her fucking business in the first place. So marred from transgression, she who has soaked oceans for him with black tears of grief, Calypso, stood still broken, surrendering to bitterness and hate. As they praise him for walking away, condemn her now as Ursula, a name to haunt the seven seas and villainy in her adultery, transcend sea witch, luring other young mermaids into her sunken isle of lonely and despair, to protect their poor unfortunate souls from the cruel reality that love can be as fleeting and brittle like sea foam, giving them legs to stand on as no one stood up to protect her, Ursula, who is misunderstood, mislabeled, and mistreated. Body coated in scars. Simple reminders of how loving the wrong person can be the end of you, Ursula. Are you not the reincarnation of eyes of ocean, drowning in sea, lakes filled with dread? And poem. Again, thank you guys so much for having me.
Awesome. Yes, beautiful. All right.
Come up a little further, Sunshine. A little further. Okay. I know at first glance it appears that Sunshine is wearing a jumpsuit, a one-piece jumpsuit, but that is an illusion. She is actually wearing Tetra Cara fur jacket in black. This jacket will run you $299 linden. It is well worth it. It is very detailed. It is beautiful. And let's be real, who doesn't love fur? And it's also winter, so it keeps you warm. And with that, we decided to pair a pair of cocoa high-waisted flare pants in black. That will run you $225 linden. Due to the fact that the pants are low, they drag. The shoes are optional. We decided not to wear shoes today because those were optional. But that's up to you. But if that's also something you choose to do, ladies, make sure you have those toes all cute and manicured. We topped it off with a bun on the top of her head that we purchased from Emotions. The bun will run you 99 linden, and that is the black-white pack. But they do have all the other color packs sold individually. So all the packs are 99 linden. Might want to jump on that as well. That is a sale. And this is her ensemble. Turn around for her. There you go. So that's all, ladies.
Gorgeous. Thank you for that. I think we'll get some new fashion every week, male and female. We don't know what Fashion Killers is going to bring us, but every week we're going to find something new. All right, we're going to start concluding our topic here today. I'm trying to get some last minute statements from everybody. We haven't heard from Donnie yet. Donnie, are you there? Hey, Donnie. Donnie got her mic yet. She might not have her mic. Can you talk on mic yet, Donnie? I was trying to catch it before I get the last minute statements from everybody else. Okay. Well, about the last minute, I just want to, as far as team who's who in a relationship, alpha male, alpha females, stuff like that. I'm gonna say I'm gonna take it all the way back to each one of you guys. What are your pet peeves on meeting a potential person for a relationship? Say you're going on a date, and what is something that makes you just say, okay, she is not the one for me? Is it paying for stuff? Is it saying I gotta feed my kids? Is it saying I got 9 kids? Is it something general? Is there a general pet peeve that all men or all women just like? If I'm a woman, I'm not gonna like that. Or is it a man? I'm not gonna like this. Do those exist? I'm just trying to get those last minute whims on that. So maybe someone to know what or what not to do in a relationship. Yeah. So I would start off with Jade over there at the other end of the couch.
Communication, I would have to say that's the biggest pet peeve. You if you know you have a problem communicating, the relationship is the last thing you need, whether you be a male or a female. And everybody knows if they're are a good communicator or not. You can look yourself in the mirror. You don't need nobody to tell you that. Don't go messing with somebody and you not got your shit together. Just stay over in the corner somewhere and get you together before you go messing somebody else up and then messing yourself up worse. I guess that's the best way I could sum it up.
So I gather that is don't bring baggage the first day.
Be like,
just bring yourself.
Yeah, just act like you got some goddamn sense at first, and then we figure
right,
out.
Don't right. Later on, you can tell me about the baggage and all the extra. But when I come to meet you, just bring yourself, not all the baggage and luggage and skeletons and stuff like that. Okay, Onyx, you sit over there. You got some comments?
I guess my pet peeve would be I have a problem with submissive men who are like, I don't want a weak man seeming. I don't want him to just seem like he just need me too much. I want him to seem like he already got it together and that he's inviting me into his world. I don't want I don't want to raise him.
I get that. Because
So that would be my pet peeve.
I told something similar to that I person before that I don't want to do that. I'm at the show and somebody jumps up in our face. I don't want to be the one to swing first. He got to swing before me. If I swing before him, there's something wrong with this relationship.
You just found yourself a free lunch at Donnie's.
You know what I'm saying? You got to protect us at the show.
Right. I mean, I just like a man to be a man. I don't want to emasculate him. I don't want him to just be a man.
Right, I get it. And Fancita, Miss who's not gonna have money anyway on her date. She's not gonna have no money. She's not gonna have no money on her date. But Fancita, any like last minute comment, pet peeves or something? Just.
Oh, I don't have no pet peeves because
you just date anybody, just as long as they know you don't have money.
No.
Oh, okay. I know what I'm asking. What is it?
My number one thing is honesty. As long as you're honest, I'm going to be honest. But you do have to understand with fantasy, it comes a little bit of bullshit. However,
honesty and bullshit. Does that go together?
Yes, because I am honest. But,
Okay. Right. Honesty and bullshit. I really don't think that go together real good, but I mean, it may be fun for you.
But you're not in my hands.
I know. I agree. Everybody's different. I will say that everybody's different. There's nothing wrong with anybody, however they are, because you learn every day from other people and other things you experience in life. So,
and it's been successful for me.
Okay. And Amber lady, are you there?
She'll be right back.
I'll see you back. Okay, Mookie.
Well, hello. I don't know if this is a pet peeve or not, but I just want you to be yourself. Be real. You know, if you come in with a bunch of hee-haw and lies and creeping and all this crap, I ain't got time. I'm gonna be real with you. Just be real with me.
Hello.
Okay. Angelise. Is he there?
I'm just trying to come up with a pet peeve. I don't actually have one. I mean, I just take people where they are. I mean, if you can't see where people are, then
right, you're right.
To me, trying to apply something. If I got something, like I should probably see it.
Okay. And I want to thank Dorney. I also want to thank Jade, Miss Patty LaBelle, goddamn, and Poetry Brain and Miss Sunshine, her model. Awesome. Our poets, Lucy, And what was the I forgot the other poet name.
Sucre.
Lecrae. I
Sucre.
want to
Sucre.
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 So
Yes.
sorry. Sucre and Lucy, bravo. Wonderful poems. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I look forward to hearing more poets from you guys, and you will be invited again. Yes, you will. So, I like to thank everyone. This has been a live taping of Pink Table Talk, and I'm going to toss it to Francine. All right, Francina, give us that last word.
Thank y'all for coming out. But problems will always be there. There will always be one thing or the other to pull you back and keep you from succeeding. But the difference lies in the way you deal with them. A positive attitude will keep you stronger through your struggle, while negativity will make you weaker. So it is important that whatever you do, whatever the situation may be, always stay positive. It is the only way you will find in life everything you want: peace, love, and success. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude to what happens to you. And in that, you will be mastering change rather than allowing it to master you. Thank y'all for coming out.